Hello, today we are at the Staple Tours and we're just trying to walk up to RoosTor. I know I've been there twice before, but actually trying to get my dad up to RoosTor, and then I was thinking of walking further from that, but it's quite hard walking today. It's a heatwave day, it's windy, and there's a lot of mist. I think we're an island in the mist. Over at North Hessery in Princetown there's this just big band of fog. I suppose Princetown's entirely in fog. It's like that over at Cornwall as well. Yeah, it's September now, but there's a full-on heatwave streak of 5 days that we're in. I think there's a guided walk on RoosTor because we saw signs to it, and when we looked over earlier there's like 20 plus people out there. So a ridiculous amount of people to see up at the trig point. We're at the top of Great Staple Tor, and there's our target for the day. Well, actually beyond that we were thinking of, but that's RoosTor anyway. Great mist tour coming out of that giant morning mist band. So I wanted to find something called Picket Rock around here, but I don't know what to look for, and I think I tried last time without success. So it's like, can we make that out? We're at Great Staple. That's RoosTor. It's a Picket Rock from this hump here. I guess I got to get to this hump here, which is that, and then look for it. But I don't know what I'm looking for, to be honest. I'm looking for something distinctive, but it might not even be distinctive. Animals at the watering hole on this hot day. Horses having a drink in a sludgy pond. So here's this last stack of Great Staple Tor that sticks out to the left of it. So we're going to try from there, see what we can see. Is that cave? Oh no, I think it's just an indentation over there. I'm going to place myself at the end of this stack and then try and work out where it is. So whatever it is, it's meant to be this way. Oh, look at that. That's quite a nice cut there. I almost twisted my ankle there. So here is a rock. I don't know if this is the rock. It's one of the biggest. It's kind of like a half Smartie if you were to look from the top. Is this the Picket Rock? I don't know. I'm going to go a bit further though. Dad says picketing's like a boundary marker or fencing off something. So maybe it's even, I don't know, there's some bouldery stuff there where the sheep are. And there's some big rocks over there towards the pond. Big elongated rock. Let's go and have a quick glance at these maybe. I'll have to look into it online. Something like Dartmoor Legends website or Tour Bagger or something like that. See if I can find which one of these is meant to be Picket Rock and what it's meant to look like. Maybe I'll have passed it. There's like an egg. Well, maybe not an egg, maybe more of a loaf rock. Let's go over here. got a line of grass that came out of a crack. It's a fairly broad one, fairly big one. And this is like a spike with a line in it. Oh, it's kind of triangular actually from this point of view. I wonder if that would be it. Nothing else major in that direction up to the pond. This is quite a sickle shaped rock here. I best start going up RoosTor now, because if I keep going that way to that pond, I'll be halfway between here and RoosTor, which is not where I'm going today. Like, this is where we were meant to be going today, not where my thumb is, because that's a big bog. But up the track, this is all past RoosTor, all behind it. It's called Peter Tavy Great Common, and there's a there's Langstone Moor Circle there, which is like a, I guess, a circle of stones that used to be huts and houses. Oh, there's Dad over there. He's way ahead of me now. There's lots of bobbles and pits there on the side of RoosTor. I think that's White Tor behind. I believe that might be White Tor. Weird patch of green leafy plant in the middle of nowhere here. It's weird, very fuzzy. It's like a tiny pine forest or something. I went off to the left of the main track between Great Staple Tor and RoosTor, and there's all this scruffy terrain here. I thought it was going to be bogs, but it's just it's a bit like the sort of terrain you get at Gibbet Hill, at the scruffy parts that they haven't cut, that doesn't have gorse on it. It's just like really scruffy grass. Quite dry though. I mean, it's a dry day. I don't know what this is like in the winter time when it's all wet. Is it bog or not? It's coming to an end in a sec though. You can see that green band. That's different terrain. That's a very elegant looking bird. He's quite an elongated body, whatever he is. Bit of a crossways track here, heading off again to RoosTor. Now you can see the terrain has changed to green grass, very fresh looking, a lot softer with a boulder field. That's nothing like that terrain just there, which is all dried, long, scrabbly, dried out grass. And the mist is entirely gone from Great Mist Tor and Little Mist Tor, but you can see it's still there at North Estuary Tor. Here's an interesting boundary stone. B! Just friggin' B! And here we are, third time for me I think, at RoosTor. Some very chunky stone up there. RoosTor is essentially the fourth staple tor, because they're all on a line, so why not? Don't think I've gone up this right side before. Look at this big plate rock here. This is kind of cool. Bit of a slide there as well. And little bumps as well. Here's a stack that is a little bit like the Dog Rock on Great Staple. But not as imposing. Almost as if someone's drawn on it on the back here. What are these shapes over here? It's like someone's done a doodle. Looks a bit like CX grooved into the rock. Dad's up at the trig. that big slanted gap there. This is an interesting rock as well. That weird diagonal that doesn't look like it's going with the rest of the rock's features. I don't think I've been here on a sunny day before, so I guess it's easier to see everything. I'll have to look back at my other visits. Oh, Dad's on a big hump there. Didn't realise that hump was so big actually. And there's the wilderness we were gonna follow. I don't know if we are or not. Now I'm on that. I guess this is that angled bit. Look down it from up here. That angle gap. There's lots of little marker stones around here. There's one there. And there's one where we were going. There's like an iron post in the ground there. Here's the big chunky stack. I've been up here before at the flag point. For some reason it looks different from when I was up here last. Here's a military firing range sign. So there's actually no military firing range here on RoosTor, but if you start going that way down the track then you just enter the Merryvale range. But luckily there's no firing today. There's the wilderness.
So there's a row of boundary markers down here. There's one over.
Yeah, they keep going, those boundary markers. So there's one on that. And then it goes across here. There's one there. Another one there. And I think there's one around here, although I can't make it out. Oh, there's one. So that is the River Walkham Valley going off there, and that is Claytor, the green one dipping in the middle from left to right like a spike. See the rocks. I can zoom in further. There we go. Want to visit one day. That Moor circle up there is a bit farther than I thought. It's behind those cows there. We can see it though. It's fairly large. It's not like Grimm's Pound, I don't think, but it's large-ish. I just noticed that's RoosTor there. So I think I've been to this one in this field here, wherever it is. I must have been to this one. I think that must be Wed Lake Tor, one of the stacks. I think Wed Lake is the one with the 3 stacks kind of split away from each other. One's chunkier than the others. I think I must have been to that one because I've been to all the Tors in the area. Oh yeah, there was like a triangle stack down here, wasn't there? And then there was another stack here. I believe those 3 stacks make up Wed Lake Tor. It's a bit of a monster cliff here with a stack down there. Yeah, I keep forgetting that's White Tor region. I have visited pretty much all the Tors in that region now. There's Little White Tor. Somewhere around there is Sept Tor. Is that it? Maybe it's that one. There should be the Langstone Mire between us and the back of White Tor. So the Langstone must be around there somewhere on the track. I don't know if I can make it out.
Going in that direction.
I've seen a boundary marker, I think, of a firing range. Maybe. but I haven't spotted the limestone. Maybe my camera panned past it. There's this corner of RoosTor. It's very rare that I see this corner. It's got all these crisscross tracks in between the very little ferns it has. Going around to the left of the Tor, there's lots of little shorter rock stacks all over here. We've almost reached the edge here. Various little spooky crackling noises out here. This seems a bit wildernessy. I mean, there is a kind of farmer's track down there, so, but we're now at the back end of that pond that's in between Tor and RoosTor. Just orbiting around this side of the rocks. I think Dad's gone a different way around. There's one of those marker stones. Lots of crane flies around today. So there's a few more just scrabbly rocks all the way down the hill there, basically. Can't call them stacks, really. Can't call them stacks, it's all homogeneous rocks. There's no distinctiveness. These are the boundaries between a distinctive Tor with unique features and individual features that stand out, and homogeneity where you can't find everything and everything's the same. It's like when a Tor becomes a boulder field. There's our friend the watch-me-call-it bird. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but it's very sleek. Slightly grey, slightly orange. Elongated body. Little black eye mask. Backwards of the Tor. Don't know where Dad is at this point, but I'm on this track. So it looks pretty far to get to the Limestone Moor Circle and Clay Tor after that. So I would do it on a day like this, but Dad doesn't want to go that far, and I don't blame him. He has, bad legs sometimes, and it's been a struggle today for some reason because of the conditions. Getting up to even little Tor, like my calves were a bit tense, and I was a bit plodding slow, and yeah. I think I heard another couple saying they were struggling to get up today, so I think something about these weather conditions is slowing everyone down. Here's this marker. It's got some natural rocks around it. Oh, and then they're not very natural. I guess that's like a no entry sign. So there's where we would have gone. I don't know if I can see the stone circle now. Oh, I can just see it. Just see it. That's where I would have walked, I guess, and then I don't know if Clay Tor's still there. You can just make out the tip of Clay Tor over there. Smearden Down and Brent Tor from a really weird angle around the back, looking down on it. I think Boulter's Tor's around there somewhere. Yep, there's Boulter's Tor. And there's little Boulters around there as well. That might be little. That was a candidate for little Boulters anyway. And then that track that goes along Twisty Lane goes all the way up to White Tor. Past White Tor, I guess. So I'll leave you with that. I guess that was just a more thorough exploration on a sunny day of RoosTor, basically. I was hoping to do a little further, but I don't think my dad wants to, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get out here and go further at the moment. Thank you for watching. Enough shade, oh my god! Where are we going to find the shade? Oh no. some water that hasn't yet dried up. Maybe it comes down off the tor, or maybe it springs from the ground.
Yeah, there's like fissure or something underneath and it's slowly seeping through.
Don't know if this is one of those grave things. Are they called kists or cysts? It's man-made, even if it's not one.
Yeah. Could be oh, hang on, and there's lines.
Lines.
See the cut lines. Yeah, look.
All right.
Yeah, that's definitely.
They've blasted at
handle.
it. Well, I mean, not necessarily blasting. It could be that hammering technique where you put the pegs in to split the granite, and it comes off flat.
Have they cut it from somewhere else and put it here, or did they want?
I think maybe it was here, and then there was a bigger chunk, and then they sliced a bit off. Maybe because the top looked flat, so they thought they could just cut down the side and it'll be flat on that side as well.
So they could have taken it away. Now, there's no obvious old car.
Pony tracks, maybe. You have a pony carrying a wagon with wheels on it, maybe, and then you put stones in it. Maybe they did that.